Yo, pretty ladies around the world got a weird thing to show you, so tell all the boys and girls, tell your brother, your sister, and your mama too, 'cause we're about to throw down and you know just what to do. Wave your hands in the air like you don't care, glide by the people as they start to look and stare. Do your dance, do your dance, do your dance quick, mama, come on baby, tell me what's the word, a word up. Everybody say, when you hear that call, you got to get it underway. Word up, it's the code word. No matter where you say it, you'll know that you'll be heard. Now all you sucker DJs who think you'll fly, there's got to be a reason, and we know the reason why. You try to put on those airs and act real cool, but you've got to realize that you're acting like fools. Give us music, we can use it, we need to dance. We don't have the time for psychological romance. No romance, no romance, no romance for me, mama. Come on baby, tell me what's the word, a word up. Everybody say, when you hear their call, you got to get it underway. Word up, it's the code word. No matter where you say it, you'll know that you'll be heard.
Hello and welcome to the Nonsense Chronicles. This is Doug Sashery, and as always, I'm joined by, and to my left,
Rob Mendiola.
Rob. How you doing today, buddy?
Pretty good, man. I got a new mic today. I'm not liking it.
I didn't know you had a new mic,
Well, this is an old mic, but I usually use one like I put you on.
so I got the better mic, is what
You
you're
do
saying?
have it, yeah. This one's kind of flat. I don't really care for it, but we're gonna go with it, man.
Yeah, I agree. I'm beat ass tired from
Yeah.
from the snow. God, if I ever see snow again, we didn't have enough down here this year.
So
Oddly.
you just did a drive. How far did you go? What all did you hit?
It was only about 2,800 miles.
That's a lot, though.
Round trip. Yeah,
One run.
Yeah, and I went up and did some Meyer stores up in the Midwest, and I went up to south side of Chicago. I've never seen Chicago, so I was hoping I'd see it from the
Okay.
south side. It was too hazy, but
Okay.
it was snow forever. And I knew once I got on the eastern side of Lake Michigan, there would be God knows how much lake effect snow, and sure enough, there was. So I went up to the machine shop,
Yeah.
which love Kevin and them, and saw Scotty and them play. Then worked with Kevin on some stuff that we're gonna do with some bands, and hopefully in the
Yeah.
future. And anyhow, I go.
Then you just ran back down.
Well,
No?
I ran a couple Meyer stores,
Yeah.
and I wanted to see how some stuff looked. It's one thing to see stuff on a report on what you're selling, but
Is it spice season there too now?
it's always spice season.
Okay,
These are
yeah.
general like stuff that's always on the shelf. In other
Okay.
words, not just
Yeah.
something seasonal. And my cousin said, "Hey, why don't you spend the night?" I said, "No," because I said I'm gonna get a few hours sleep, and then I'm gonna just go at midnight. So sure enough, right around midnight, I get up. Before 1 a.m., I am in my car. I'm in Grove City, which is just south side of Columbus, heading towards Cincinnati. I get 50 miles down the road, and there is a 2.5 hour stop on the interstate on 71. And there might have been one or two other cars besides me. It was all 18-wheelers, man. And I looked on the site. I went on the Ohio site, and it was a northbound accident. But what happened, they ended up being a southbound, too, because somebody was probably a looky-loo, and I ended up pulling off the road and getting another damn hotel because I was just worn out after that. They had people falling asleep. People were going to other people's vehicles and knocking on them when we started moving again. And I wasn't the only one that pulled off and went to sleep again because
So then you woke up and then you headed right back.
yeah, I did. I passed out there, and then
Yeah.
I drove from our guest today that we're going to introduce in a minute. I wanted to maybe stop in on them or a friend in Louisville. You have a choice. You can either
Yeah.
go Lexington or you can go Louisville. But,
Okay.
and I
So you didn't make it to Kentucky.
No, I did, but
You
I
did?
just shot through because I had lost so much time,
Yeah.
and I got all the way down to where did I go that night? I went all the way down to Texarkana. So I drove all the way down, and I had enough. I actually had a guy, get this. I've had this happen before, but it's been always a drunk. I had somebody pull up on the left side of me and first they were pulling behind me, and I was sailing at a good rate of speed, which I won't mention on the radio. And they just kept following me. Okay, that's fine, because if somebody's going at a good rate, I'll follow them sometimes. But anyhow, this car kept following, so then they would pass me and stop and pass me. And this happened for about 30 to 40 miles, and I just had enough. So I had to, in Texarkana, I knew I was going to get off. I had booked my hotel while I was driving, and I got off at the exit. They got off at the exit. They pulled. The mistake they made is they pulled on the side of me. When they did that, I turned right into a loop that I eventually went over the interstate and into some hotels, so I lost them. But I was like, that's a dangerous game to be playing, man.
Yep, it is.
But anyhow.
Then you got here.
Yeah, I got here.
Because we have guests that we're doing a podcast with today.
We have guests, and sometimes we get lost in our own stories.
And they're all the way from?
Well, they're all the way from Kentucky, from Lexington, Kentucky.
That's right.
We're going to introduce Tanner and Peyton Whitt of the band. Say it.
Is it Rags and Riches?
Rags and Riches, but not with the and symbol. It's the actual word.
You got to spell that out.
You got to spell it out.
Yep.
Yes. Boys, what's
Welcome,
going
guys.
on, man?
How's it going? Thanks for having us.
Dude, glad to have y'all a brother duo, which to me, that's even...
Oh, okay, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay,
And
awesome.
that's even cooler. You know?
is
Or
cool.
wait, are y'all just fake brothers like it's only for publicity? Like are y'all like wrestlers where you're not really brothers, but just for the band?
It's all a story.
Yeah.
It just sells well, man. But yeah, no, I was telling Rob, I was on Spotify, and stuff will come up, and a lot of times it's bands that I'm following, but it just happened to be y'all version that you just released of Word Up, which is right in my wheelhouse, because I'm 58.
80s.
Yeah. And that was right in my wheelhouse, and Korn's done a version of it. Again, a couple people have.
Okay, they have. Yeah, you're right.
And I said, I'll be goddamn. I said, that's okay. This is pretty good. And then later, I think that day I got a follow or something on Instagram, and I was like, okay, let's check and see what this is. And so
That's very cool.
very good. I was curious, man. And when I explained to Rob what y'all like, I said, well, I think 21 Pilots, something like in that realm,
Yeah, but I saw their picture, and they don't look like they're from the 80s, though.
No, they don't. They look like they should be. They look like they should be rockers playing guitar in a band today. Yeah, that definitely.
Yeah.
They don't look like a pop duo.
Yeah, they're very young looking.
Yes. Yeah.
So what made you guys want to do that song? Like, is that something y'all heard before? Parents or something?
Like our parents played that song a ton.
Wow.
And we always just really liked it. And for years, like I've still listened to it and stuff, and just come on or something. And Peyton and I were actually talking with our distribution, like a new distribution deal that we have, and they were like talking about how like some covers are doing really well right now.
Right.
And so we were like, well, we have one that we've been working on for a while for Word Up, and that's kind of how it came about. Of all right, let's roll with it.
Just strategizing.
Yeah, most of the national guys we know, and even the locals. Yeah, I mean, of course the locals do. Everybody starts with it one time or another. They all throw a cover in there now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I love playing covers. I mean,
Yeah.
I love it.
I mean, we saw when we were in Gettysburg, Scotty Austin, Saving Abel, leading singer. Yeah, he did a cover of Billy Idol's
Rebel Yell.
Rebel Yell, and then Drowning Pool managed to get on stage and then
they
do the
did
same
theirs.
goddamn thing. I was like,
Yeah.
I meant to tell them both. Because I knew both like, hey, they're gonna play this song, but now I forgot, and they both played it.
But no matter what, it always has a different like feel to it.
It does,
depending on who does it.
Yeah,
so
even their version,
cool.
their version of Word Up is different
Yeah.
as well. So I like that. Now I gotta ask y'all. I got so many questions, and I'm gonna, because of the way my brain works, I'm gonna dart back and forth in time. But I've tried. Okay, well, I said let me go and look up. I'll listen to the catalog on Spotify. I didn't do you any favors, in other words. Like I gave you 0.0003 cents, but I didn't, and I'm sorry about that. I usually do buy my friends' music, but but when I check out, but blame this on my kids, which is your generation. But I I listened to that, but I was trying to find one, and I didn't look that deep, but I only found there's a lot of ad stuff, but I did find one live performance. Do y'all ever play with anybody else, or is it just you two?
It's mostly just the two of us. We've had some like touring guys with us that's filled in for different things in the past, and that's kind of something we're talking about again, like finding somebody for this year that can kind of be on the road with us quite a bit.
Yeah, I figured that's what I figured y'all would do. Either hired, touring musicians, or you would carry your tracks, and I'm sure y'all use tracks. Just
The tracks we're heavy.
Yeah, because I saw y'all, and I was like, okay, it's pretty good. Like I said, when you go to Dallas, I will come up and see y'all. I love going to Dallas for music, and actually, that's where I started going out and see live music again. So,
when is that going to happen?
April 4th, I believe.
Oh, wow.
They're
Okay.
at the Sundown at the Granada. Yeah,
Coming up quick.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and that's a nice area.
Is that a one-off, or y'all doing like a string of them this way?
We're playing a few college shows. So
cool.
our agent working some other dates around those college shows.
Yeah, I figured if you were coming down here, I said they got to be doing something else but spot, because that's a nice little connect for them to come, all the way from Lexington. But yeah, that's good, man. So how long has this been going on?
So we started like in 2019 is when we launched. So I guess almost 6 years now.
Wow. Yeah.
Come on 6 years for us since the launch date. And we kind of worked like 2 years from like 2017 to 2019. We were like preparing for all of the songs and everything. So we didn't play any shows or anything or have any content that went up on any socials just yet. We kind of waited for 2 years just preparing for like what it looked like and sounded like and all that stuff. Kind of developed the foundation for the band for 2 years before we launched.
But have y'all been playing since you were really young? I mean, have y'all been...
So are y'all vocalists or instrumentalists? What do y'all do?
Plays drums at least, I know that.
So this is Peyton right here. I play drums.
Okay, cool.
And then I also produce all the music as
oh,
well.
nice.
Yeah,
And then I play.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go. I'm sorry. I'm a classic interrupter, man.
Sorry.
Go with it.
I sing and play guitar and like acoustic and electric and
Oh, cool.
bass stuff. And
nice.
what it is.
Mostly strings in, yeah.
Yeah, so I
Yeah.
mean, have y'all had it? So how long has music been an interest, I guess? That's the question I had.
I started playing drums when I was 10
Wow.
and then started producing when I was 12.
Okay.
Wow.
That's good. Mom and dad help out on that, or?
Oh yeah. They were always been into music too. Our mom sings as well, and then
Oh, cool.
our dad's like,
Yeah, that's good because we have a few young friends that and we did an episode on that too, on one of the momagers, of one of the bands. Yeah, and just it's man, it's really unique to see. Like I said, a lot of things when I was a kid, it was you were just playing in your garage and you were keeping that racket down while your parents weren't home. But when they got home, you had to kind of tune it down. But yeah, now these kids, man, I've got friends that they have dedicated buildings so their kids could play in, man.
Yeah. Now you got cool parents when they let the drum kit, happen in the house.
Yeah, that's come a long way, man. That's it really has. But I like I said, I just think that's really cool that you're a brother act. I think that's really nice. Now, try and keep it between the lines. There's been a couple noted Oasis and the Crows don't go fighting in 8 years.
Oh, yeah.
Used to be about the music, man. Don't be
Yeah.
don't go that route. But
yeah,
Do y'all do any harmonizing together? Peyton, do you sing at all?
we do.
do?
Definitely in like when we're recording and everything, we layer harmonies and all that.
Cool. Yeah, it always sounds good when you got siblings singing together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, I think so too.
You can't manufacture that.
No, and I was going to ask you, I was thinking, I was looking at, got to do a little internet stalking. It's like, Tanner, are you big involved? Were you singing in a choir or anything like that?
Not really. Like all I really did, so growing up, like our parents worked in church, like youth pastors and stuff.
Mhm.
Okay.
So we spent a lot of time, in that world and stuff. And so, and it was really contemporary and stuff. So we were, full drums, guitars, everything.
That's crazy. Yeah. Like I grew up, my wife told me I grew up Catholic and she did too. And,
Okay.
but we do any, God's God. And we went to, she went to, while I was traveling, she went with friends to, I think it was interfaith, whatever. It was non-denominational. And she loved it because of the music, it's like she said she wished a Catholic church. And I told her, yeah, it's good and bad. I like the music. But then again, I remember going to a Redemptorist version of the Catholic church in Kansas City, a big church right across from the VFW museum. And dude, the Redemptorist version, they don't do anything like no hugging, greeting. It's straight up like a 35-minute get in, get out,
Wow.
So it was perfect for me. But no, but yeah, no, it's different. But no, I saw that and I was kind of wondering if you had some of that background in you, because I have friends that definitely had a lot of our
I know
friends
a lot of people that have gotten
Yeah.
their start like in the church,
in the church. Yeah.
church band and stage.
Yeah.
It's just great because like we were in front of like the church we were at for a long time. There's like 400 or 500 people
Yeah.
or so. And so we were like constantly just in front of people
It's like
and felt
cutting-
comfortable.
Yeah,
They-
cutting your teeth in a comfortable environment, I think
Yeah.
helps.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just around a lot of people. That's going to make it a little bit easier later on. Yeah.
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 And then you go play a club and there's 5 people there.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Come on out. Okay, everybody get up front. Get up front. Yeah. So who are y'all touring with on this one? Who's going to be on this show at least?
For the one at the Sundown one, I think they were working on like a local support for that one.
Okay.
So, yeah, because since we were just coming down that area for college shows specifically, we just kind of relied on the local support for a few shows.
I have to drag some friends in there to go see y'all, man. And
Yeah, that'd be cool.
yeah, definitely. We'll definitely do that then. What's the plans going forward? You said y'all were recording, right?
We are, yeah. We just finished up. We actually only have like one final song for the year to work through. We're doing a collab with another artist. So we have that we're working on, but everything else for the year, like all of our singles and our EP later in the year, are finished up and masters back, all that stuff. And now we're working on music videos and content and all that stuff, really.
That's cool.
That's good. Yeah, y'all seem very I'd say very social media driven,
And mostly dropping singles at a time. Is that right?
So this one, like we're working towards a 8 track EP that
Okay.
we're going to release, which is close to an album, but
it's close. Close to LP, yeah.
but we wanted it to still be just an EP. And so we're going to do like, is it 6 singles leading up to it. And then just all those songs will go on that EP and add
Okay.
2 additional songs.
Yeah,
That's
that's
cool.
good, man. Because y'all just released a full in 23 maybe, is that right or no?
Yeah. It was another 8
Mm.
track EP we kind of did. So we released like with a record label. We did a 10 track album back in 22.
Okay.
And so then from there we were kind of waiting for our sophomore album, kind of like just keep building up what we have so far.
So
Yeah.
y'all were working through the pandemic stuff?
Yeah. So when we launched in 2019 and we played 130 plus, I think 136 shows
Wow.
in 36 states before COVID shut us down.
Wow.
So we did a lot of shows there right in the beginning.
Yeah.
And yeah, we had to work, kind of figure out everything online and the
Yeah.
socials more than anything.
Yeah, hopefully you wrote a lot during that. A lot of people, that's what they had a time to write, and if you were going to do anything, you better write during that period.
Yeah, and we did. And luckily where Peyton does all of the producing and everything, it was easy for us to just be at our parents' house and come in here, and he has a studio here, and so
Cool.
was able to do that.
Was a lot of that built up during the shut in, or I mean, do you have more equipment since the shut in than you did before? I guess that's what I'm asking.
Oh, I think this studio. When was it built?
We built it in like 2017.
Okay, so
wow.
you're already ready.
You're set up and ready to go.
Because
there's been a few extra people added to the studio, just
Upgrades. and stuff.
upgrades.
Yeah.
Yeah, because a lot of people had to do that after the fact. It was a lot of home studios after.
A lot of people got really creative during that time.
Yeah, because he had no choice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do y'all invite other people in to come in and record at your place?
Peyton used to do a lot of stuff like for people, just other artists and stuff.
Yeah.
We not as much anymore.
Yeah.
Just where the band's taking up most of the time.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be opposed to it.
Yeah.
Come on, Peyton, you got to think business wise, man. Bring them bands.
Y'all
in.
have a name for the studio?
We actually don't.
You don't? Oh, wow.
It's a nameless studio.
Yeah, the nameless studio.
That's good, man. Like I said, I look forward to come out and see you. Like I said, it was something different, and it just kind of hit me, and it was random because I listen to a lot of rock, and so does Rob. I listen to some country too, and but yeah, I saw this, and yeah, it was okay.
I'm very much alternative nowadays, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Uh-huh.
Who's some like artists that you guys were listening to?
Well, I like 21 Pilots for sure. I definitely like Fanagram's one of my favorites, and I play some of their music as well.
and I've never even heard of
Okay.
Fanagram.
Yeah. Let's see what else. Oh man, I went blank.
Well, you know me, I like all the classics. I mean, it's Metallica, Drowning Pool, Avenged Sevenfold, and Shine Down Love.
Yeah, you like a lot of like the 2000s new metal stuff, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, but Shine Down, like I said, they still keep pumping it out, man.
Shine Down, yeah.
Yeah, they do. Yeah. But yeah, that's
cool.
all our old man stuff. I know that's gonna get you on there.
Yeah, that's. I mean, yeah, I try not to just stay too like focused on one thing or another, but let's see. I mean, even like Paramore, we play a lot of that Paramore, Bishop Briggs,
Gotcha. Yep.
Highly Suspect, stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, that's cool. Like our parents just growing up, like showed us everything from, Dave Matthews, Vince Gill, to Eminem and Tupac, and kind of all across the board on that. So I think a lot of it comes out in our music where, it's like more alt pop, but there's so many like other genres that are kind of like intertwined in it.
Dude, music is music, man. Everybody's going to use whatever they find out there for them as they, for me, it's the energy. Whether I'm working out or just I'm driving, there's, it's always going to be music.
Y'all ever heard Nothing But Thieves?
Yeah.
Nothing But Thieves?
Have you heard that?
No.
It's really good.
Yeah, Rob does have some bands that I've never heard of before, but then I'll mention something to him, and I'm like, like a movie, and he's never seen it, and I look at him like, have you lost your damn mind? But no, but
we're big on the movies. That's like definitely like when we're on the road, we always try to stop at like film locations and stuff as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, we have I have a buddy, JP Cross, in The Killer's Confession. He's got a podcast called, what is it? Cine Nerds. And,
Cine Nerds.
And they do a lot of sci-fi and horror stuff, but it is really good. It's a good podcast. And
that's cool.
have you ever heard of the band Killer's Confession?
I have not.
They're based out of Cleveland. The singer is Mushroom Head's a fish, a former singer. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they're all been. Y'all were playing a lot of Ohio dates before. Has that been a good stomping ground for y'all?
It has, yeah. Like Columbus and Cleveland really have been like, Columbus has felt like a second home to us, and at times kind of our main location. But in Cincy as well. But we're Cincinnati's so close to Lexington, it's kind of just makes more sense a lot of times to just keep the Lexington show.
That's what I figured. Yeah, a lot of guys. There's a lot of good clubs up in the Columbus area, and yeah, Killer's Confession. They're based out of Cleveland too. So we have the 21 Pilots boys. I think it was Delaware because that's where I think Megan and them. So they had to be. I think they would, which is just north of Columbus. So, but yeah, that's good, man. We just wanted to touch base today and give a little taste of something different that like I said, it was new to me, and I'm always discovering new music.
I love listening to new music.
Yeah, and
that's cool.
Tell us.
Glad you found us.
We're glad to do it, man. Just tell us, where can we find you online?
So we have a website, ragsandrichesmusic.com. And then all of our socials are at Rags and Riches Music.
Okay.
Yeah, and that is Rags and Riches spelled out A-N-D, not the symbol and. So Rags and Riches. And you can find them everywhere. And they have a ton of content on YouTube, and their music is available everywhere. Am I correct, or am I lying to the public? No.
Yeah, it's everywhere.
That's good. Guys, I look forward to seeing y'all. I look forward to seeing y'all in Dallas at the Sundown.
For sure.
April
Look forward
4th.
to meeting you.
Oh, yeah, man. We'll do it then. I promise you. And we'll get out of here on this one. And I guess, Rob, you got any final comments?
No, I'm going to go download some of their stuff, man, and check out their videos too.
Okay. See, I brought you on board. See, my job,
Yeah.
I'll be looking to get my cut from them now.
Yeah, I drive to Houston every day, so I drive an hour into work and an hour back, so I get a lot of time to listen to cool stuff.
A lot of music time.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us today. This is the Nonsense Chronicles. Please like and subscribe and go to Rags and Riches and download their music and like and subscribe all their stuff as well.
You bet.
Yep. Thank you.
Later.